this is how people are living life. They cruising down the street with no destination, getting hit by other speeding cars, and trying to fix their car and prepare it for the next car that's going to speed hit it. Do you hear what I'm saying? They're not living with a focus. They don't have a real destination. They just working on maintenance of a car. But guess what? You're going to have to put more on maintenance on a car that has no direction. Do you know why? Because you're just driving it out. If you got from point A to point B, it might need less maintenance. But if you're driving it all around the goddamn city, because you have no destination, you're going to need more maintenance. What if I told you our bodies was like that? I'm about to go heavy, man, because I'm tired of these damn health fanatics. I noticed that I used to have certain pains in my body and certain different times of sickness, or just standing out in the cold from living outside on the earth in the wintertime at 40 below. But I noticed every time I start lecturing or finding some people to build with on black supremacy, or every time I start getting focused on the work, it's like I was spontaneously healed. Because my mind was so sharp and concentrated on my destination, on what I was doing, it didn't have time to be dealing with phobias. You understand what I'm saying? It didn't have time to be overwhelmed with the insignificant functions of being human. Someone who has nothing to do, every heartbeat, in between every heartbeat, is the thought of a potential heart attack. You know why? Because they have nothing to do. They have no focus. So they become a victim and a byproduct of their concern about the functions of the body. Their mind is not sharp. Their focus is not sharp. So they have no real force field. I'm going somewhere with this. What if I said that for 10 days we didn't need nothing to eat and we just worked? That's why I was glad that our refrigeration systems was down in the temples. Because it showed we didn't need that. Some of us thought we needed all this damn food in the temple. You know why? Because we had nothing to do. We came all the way up here from different states and we did not have nothing to do. Ain't that a problem? We had nothing to do but eat. And if you have nothing to do but eat, you have nothing to do but worry about food. And if you have nothing to do but worry about food, guess what? You have nothing to do but worry about money. And if you have nothing to do but worrying about food, worrying about eat, and worrying about food, and worrying about money, you have nothing to do but worrying about what? Being a slave. And if you have nothing to do but worry about eat, but worry about food, but worried about getting money, but worried about being a slave, you also have nothing to do but worried about your master. But if you go all the way back to the root and you find something to do as a contribution, as a militant expression to your consistent thought about black supremacy, your consistent devotion to black supremacy, all them other concerns begin to fall away. Then you go by and it's 2 days and you forgot that you didn't eat. Some people are worried about fasting. This is a deep concern for them. Get your mind over to black supremacy. Fasting happens. When you fast consciously, you always are thinking about what? Eating. That's on your mind. So it's a struggle with eating and not eating. Give your mind up to the devotion of black supremacy. and you will forget about eating. Because you can't hold two things at once. To give your mind wholly to one thing is to release it completely from another. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? We didn't come on this earth to worry about eating or not eating. If we did, then we're just like the animals of the field, man. Right? We came to this earth to create the perfect reality for ourselves against all. For ourselves against all as a people. You get what I'm saying? That's what we came to earth for. But the primal distractions, got us trapped on a level of a primate. Because they're primal distractions. Y'all don't hear them. I'm about to go heavy now. Primal distraction. When I talk about primal distractions, I'm talking about all oral fixations. Food, whether it be substantial food or liquids, any type of ingestion of oral fixation of any type, be it drugs, be it cigarettes, herb, you know what I'm saying? All of these things have become primal distractions for us from our ascension towards our higher self. Now, I'm not saying that these things don't happen, but where addiction and overuse happens, there has been a misidentification of things. There's going to be drinking. There's going to be eating. And I don't know if I mentioned sex, but that's another one. There's going to be sex. These things exist. I got to keep it raw today. But when that becomes your primal focus, if sex becomes your primal focus, then your mate becomes your primal focus. Not your life purpose, right? Not what you're here to do, what you're supposed to ascend and what your real work in life is. Your mate becomes your primal focus. If eating becomes your primal focus, then food becomes your primal focus. It works like that way with everything. We have got trapped there. So then now we have created identities. I'm about to go heavy. To justify our primal existence. That's like if somebody say, I'm a homosexual. Or I'm a lesbian. Who cares? Their whole identification with their existence has become based on what? Sexuality. As though they were born to have sex. So their whole existence now, they got to tell everybody, I'm a homosexual. I'm a lesbian. They're nothing else. Who cares? I'm not a writer. I'm not a philosopher.